Can you believe it? I just ate something strange and had to ask the nurse for some meds. While she was looking for drugs, I was sneaking a peek at this mysterious room arrangement. I found Roland in the book area, the hospital's forbidden zone. I bumped into the guy across from him that night. The old guy's teeth were about as useful as a screen door on a submarine. Clearly, he didn't remember me and started yelling thanks to him. The nurses in the elevator could hear him. Nurses opened the elevator doors, approached him. Seeing his defiance, one swung a fist. I slipped in. In the hospital depths, I entered a room of weird machines, none of them turned on. I had no idea what these machines were for. Pondering, I heard a strange noise. Guess who's here? Long lost Mary lounges in the corner, next to a shelf full of Hannah's bottles. Mary knew too much. I couldn't help thinking, were evil experiments to resume from 200 years ago? I saw it myself. Mary revealed a huge secret to me. She said Lady South was pregnant, and they removed blood clots, putting them in water, and the baby survived. This caught me off guard big time. I wasn't ready for this kind of news. I stumbled back, knocking over a shelf. The nurses rushed over, and I had to hide in a small room. When no one was watching, I lit a cigarette and saw human specimens everywhere with the lightest glow. Creepy. Finally, I found Roland floating still in the water, occasionally twitching. I was fully freaked out. Terrified, I bolted and ran into Henry. I shouted, "I don't know the way." I put on a brave face and forced myself to leave. I had to blend in at this insane asylum. I pretended to sauna and joined health exercises. The more I did, the more painful it got. This place was a nightmare. At this point, enough was enough. I was determined to fight back. I remembered the fake company's phone number. Was it possible my leg wasn't even? I smashed a glass cup and aimed for the cast on my leg, like a champ. After removing the cast, I discovered my leg was fine. So, I sealed myself and busted through the door meant for body transport. Just a few steps in, I found a massive research lab filled with bottles and jars. I never expected to see a scene like this underground. As I scanned the room, suddenly, I heard something crash nearby. I realized there was a huge water tank, and next to it was a cup piled high with bodies. Talk about a horror movie set. I pulled back the sheet, and lo and behold, Mary was underneath. I nearly jumped out of my skin. Just then, I heard a car approaching. I hid in a hurry and found my makeshift weapon near the body. Thankfully, the nurse just glanced at it. She tossed the body into the water, and all at once, the water surged up. Within seconds, the body vanished into thin air. Just when I relaxed, a metal tube chopped towards me. It was the nurse aiming to hit me, but hit the steam pipe. Smoke filled the air, and I took my chance to give the nurse a good whack. Now I had evidence to expose Henry's true colours in front of everyone. I went to the cafeteria and described everything. After hearing it, someone stood up, inspiring heart. And just like that, they tossed me in. Even though these people had been brainwashed beyond belief, not a soul believed me. Good grief, when I finally came to, I realized I had become a part of the machinery. Henry proclaimed that I was completely contaminated and had to be purified. As I looked around, I noticed everyone had bottles beside them. No wonder they cherished those bottles so much. They were made from human eggs. Seeing Henry stuff a mask in my mouth, I didn't know what it was, but I knew it was bad. He clamped my nose shut, forcing the mask right in while I gasped for air. Talk about terrifying. I was petrified, glimpsing the tank full of liquid, then bam, a tube in my mouth, and he flipped the switch. After being infused with whatever essence that was, I was completely reduced to a total wreck. Nobody cared about me. They just needed to keep an eye on me to prevent any escapes. Plus, tonight was a joyous occasion. Henry and Hannah were tied. Everyone was holding candles, congratulating the newlyweds. Once the ceremony ended, they headed to the dance floor while I rushed in. I flipped through Mary's book, piecing together all the clues, and finally felt I was onto something big. I hurried to Henry's office, smashed the picture frame, and there it was, a scarred man, and a familiar little girl standing right next to him. Turns out Henry was the Baron, and the girl was Hannah. I decided it was time to end this sitting fire. No wonder Henry had blood on his face in town. He was using someone else's skin as a face mask. He sent me crashing to the ground, but I pulled out my lighter and ignited the gasoline, and flames engulfed Henry. I attempted to escape with Hannah, but Hannah's skin was like fire-resistant armor. I was hardly his match. I ended up tossed beside the water tank, just as it looked like I was about to be devoured by it, yet Hannah came running in, dressed in taupe, and just like that, Henry's reign of terror came to a close. What a wild ride. The flames quickly spread to the cafeteria, and some folks regained their senses and rushed to douse the fire, yet many others just ignored the inferno. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more thrilling journeys ahead.